perfect plan to set up your successful coaching business that can bring in 5, 10,000, even 100K months when you do it correctly. So the very first thing is that you have to understand who your audience is. If you don't get this right, then everything that you build around your business is not going to produce the results, right? So there are three questions that you want to ask yourself. The first one is, who are my people? Like, who is my ideal client? The second one is, what are their biggest struggles, right? And the third one is, what is the transformation that they're looking for, right? So once you have that, you want to build a website that actually showcases your expertise. Now, there's so many different ways to go about this. I'm going to recommend a tool that you're going to use that definitely is going to save you a lot of time. But the second thing is, obviously, structuring your content, the message or copy that explains what it is that you do. You want to have testimonials on that page. You want to have something that you're giving away to showcase how good you are. It can even be an interview with a successful transformation you did with a client, right? But it's something that you're giving away that shows that you are the person to talk to, right? Now, the third step is to start growing your email list right away. This is one of the things that a lot of people skip. They see social media as a way to go. And I'm not saying social media is not great. I'm definitely going to recommend you have a presence at least on one channel on social media. But you want to make sure that you're building an email list, because someone can take away your access to social media. Nobody can take away your access to, the email list that you have. And with email list, you are going to build long-term trust, right? So that's the key. You want to build long-term trust with your people. Now, the biggest thing is to automate all of this. So you want to automate your lead generation. You want to automate how people are going through the content to get to you and book a call with you to work with you, right? So the system that I'm going to recommend is called System.io. I'm going to give you the link right below in the description. And the reason I'm recommending this for new coaches or someone who started, but they're kind of like all over the place, and if this is you, this is definitely the system for you, because this platform is fairly quick, doesn't have like a huge learning curve, right? So it's fairly quick for you to learn how to operate it. So that's one thing. The second thing is, you can have a blog, you can have up to 2,000 people on your email list. You can have a whole system or funnel built as well. You can also have courses on System.io. So that way you don't have to pay anything. It's like free to get started. You don't have to pay anything when you're starting out, which actually reduces your costs initially when you're starting your business, because there's so many different ways to go about this. There is like ClickFunnels, and then there is Go High Level, and Kajabi, and all of these platforms that people talk about. But System.io helps you get started quickly, right? You don't want to be too fancy. It's not about how fancy you are. It's more about what it is that you're giving to these people to build trust. So the message is the key, how you're leading them into your system, how they're coming to you to talk to you. That's it, right? And then once you have the foundation set up, then the next step is going to be to work heavily on attracting more of your audience. And you can do this by posting on social media. Again, the message is going to be the key. You can build your YouTube channel. You can do Instagram. You can do Facebook. You can do any of these platforms you feel comfortable with, but don't do that until you set up some foundation work. Now, there are going to be people who are going to say, yeah, make some money first and build the foundation. But what ends up happening is that you end up working too much with clients and you don't set this up. And the reason I recommend you set it up is because then you can scale your business to the next level without the hassle, without, being really frustrated. And your income can be a lot more consistent when you have your email list, because it's so much easier to go back to your people, right? Some other things that I can recommend in terms of, growing your community as well, and just being like present online with videos, because that builds trust with your people, and then they're ready to work with you as long as your message is done correctly. Anyways, if you need help with building your business, coaching business, I can definitely help you. I save my people like 3 years of time figuring things out on their own. I actually get them up and running in 3 months or less. And that means they actually start getting clients in that time as well. But all the details are in the description. This is all about System.io. In the next video, I'm going to demonstrate how System.io works, because I like it for people who are beginning and they don't have to spend a lot of money on tools. And that's the reason I recommend. Does it have all the features that Go High Level has? No, definitely doesn't. But you know what? You don't need all the features. You don't need to go through a lot of technical learning stuff stuff to build a successful business. All you really need is an audience. You need a simple system and process to get them into your space, and make sure you're showing up frequently, because that's what's gonna make you a lot of money. Okay, see you in the next video.